Have you ever wondered why some countries grow so much faster than others? Or why some factories can afford to pay higher wages? Or even how some teams achieve way more with the same exact resources? The answer to all these questions is a single word: productivity. And today, we're going to break down what that really means in simple terms. Hi, I'm Kavee, and in this video we'll explore the powerful connection between productivity and our standard of living. We'll also see why improving it is absolutely essential in any manufacturing environment, for everyone from the frontline operator to the CEO. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is a standard of living? Simply put, it's the quality of life that people in a society can enjoy. It includes their access to essentials like food, housing, education, and healthcare. For a society to move forward, its people need a decent and secure level of living conditions. This allows them to not only work efficiently but also to live with dignity. A higher standard of living means better opportunities and a brighter future for everyone. Now, let's talk about productivity. The term gets thrown around a lot, but what does it actually mean? Productivity is just a measure of how effectively we use our resources. It's a simple ratio: the output you produce divided by the resources you use to produce it. Those resources could be time, labor, machines, or materials. So, if you can produce more output with the same amount of resources, your productivity goes up. Likewise, if you produce the same output but with fewer resources, your productivity also increases. It's all about getting more from what you have. So, why does productivity have such a huge impact on our standard of living? Well, think about it. When a company's productivity increases, it can produce more goods, often at a lower cost. When goods become cheaper, people can afford more. Higher productivity also means the company is more profitable, which allows it to pay higher wages and offer better job security to its employees. But it doesn't stop there. More profitable companies pay more taxes to the government. With increased tax revenue, governments can then invest more in public services like schools, hospitals, and infrastructure. This creates a powerful positive cycle. Improved productivity leads to better wages, cheaper goods, and stronger public services, which all contribute to a higher quality of life for everyone in the society. It's a chain reaction where everyone benefits. Let's bring this down to the factory floor. How does productivity work inside a manufacturing plant? It's not just about how hard people work. In fact, it's influenced by a whole system of factors. This includes the quality of the materials you're using, the reliability of your machines, and the skills of your workforce. It's also about the physical layout of the factory, the flow of your processes, and the quality of planning and management decisions. You could have the most motivated and hard-working team in the world, but they won't be able to achieve high output if the system around them is inefficient and broken. This brings us to the common barriers that kill productivity. Productivity drops significantly when machines break down unexpectedly, or when the factory layout is poorly designed, forcing people to walk long distances just to get a tool or a part. It drops when operators have to make too many unnecessary motions to do their job, or when they haven't been properly trained. Weak planning, unclear instructions, and even uncomfortable working conditions like poor lighting or extreme temperatures all drag productivity down. The key takeaway here is that these are system-level problems. They can't be solved by just telling people to work harder or faster. A huge part of this system is the human factor. You can't talk about productivity without talking about people's attitudes. When workers feel respected, informed, and supported by their management, they are naturally motivated to give their best. They feel like part of a team and take pride in their work. On the other hand, if they feel unsafe, unappreciated, or disconnected from the company's goals, their performance will naturally decline. No one wants to go the extra mile for a company that doesn't seem to care about them. A positive work culture is a productivity multiplier. This is a critical point that many people get wrong. Productivity is not about working harder, it's about working smarter. The common misconception is that to be more productive you need to speed up, take shorter breaks, and just push yourself to the limit. That's a recipe for burnout, not sustainable improvement. True productivity comes from improving the system. It's about finding better methods to do the work, using better tools, optimizing the layout to reduce wasted motion, improving planning to avoid delays, and providing proper training. The goal should always be to make the job easier, safer, and more efficient, not heavier or more stressful. Let me give you a real-world example to make this crystal clear. Imagine a sewing operator who produces 30 pieces per hour. Now, why is her output at that level? Maybe it's because the pile of material she needs is placed far away, so she has to get up and walk every few minutes. Perhaps the lighting over her workstation is dim, causing eye strain and slowing her down. Maybe her machine keeps stopping due to poor maintenance, or she's using an inefficient method that requires unnecessary hand motions. Now, imagine we step in and analyze her workstation. We move the material closer, so it's within arm's reach. We install better lighting. We fix the machine so it runs smoothly, and we train her on a new, more ergonomic method. After these simple system changes, the same operator can now produce 38 pieces per hour, an increase of over 25%. And here's the most important part. She's not using any extra effort. In fact, her job is now easier and less frustrating. The improvement came from fixing the system, not from pushing the person. That is smart productivity. So, let's quickly recap the key points we've covered. First, productivity directly influences our income and our quality of life. Second, a higher standard of living for a whole society depends on achieving higher productivity. Third, and this is crucial, improving productivity requires us to fix systems, not blame workers. It's about management, taking responsibility for the work environment. And finally, every single improvement, big or small, starts with understanding how the work is currently done and systematically removing the waste and inefficiencies within the process. If you found this explanation useful and want to learn more about professional industrial engineering, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. In our next video, we'll dive deeper into how productivity works inside an individual company and explore how key management decisions can completely transform performance. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.